Hey guys, Phil Mackey here, 1500ESPN.com, hanging out in the Hammond Stadium press box in Fort Myers, where the Twins just got done with a 10-0 throttling of the Pirates. Some payback from when the Pirates earlier in the week scored 10 runs in the first inning off Terry Doyle and Anthony Swarzak. They scored 17 runs on 19 hits a couple days ago, so the Twins improved to 10-8 on the spring. And most importantly, Francisco Liriano pitched 5 innings, didn't give up a hit, didn't give up a run, struck out 6, walked 1. And let me bring up his numbers here for the spring. These are just outrageously good numbers so far. 13 innings, that's spread out over 4 outings, 18 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he's also induced 26% swings and misses, which might sound kind of like a weird number, but league average is an 81% contact rate for the league average pitcher. And Francisco Liriano's contact rate is 74% early in spring. Now, none of these numbers in spring really matter that much for the most part, but I think with Liriano, the reason why some of these numbers might matter more than, say, other pitchers or even veteran pitchers for that matter, are that he had a major issue controlling his fastball last year. He walked entirely too many hitters. In fact, he walked twice as many batters per 9 last year than he did in his breakout season in 2010. So if we're looking for signs of the 2010 Francisco Liriano, so far, through 13 innings over 4 starts, he's really provided that in a big way. Another telling number here, again, it's early, so take these numbers with a grain of salt. Liriano so far, 13 pitches per inning in spring. Now, he averaged 17 pitches per inning last year. Now, that may not seem like a lot, 4 pitches per inning, but that instead of going 6 innings, if you're saving 4 pitches per inning, 6 innings might turn into 8 innings. And he's shaving down the pitch count while also keeping the strikeout totals high. And that's one of the big, all-encompassing topics with Liriano, is that there's sort of this perception that the Twins want him to pitch to contact because of some things that Rick Anderson said last year. It's not that they want him to pitch to contact per se, it's that they want him to not fear contact. They don't want him to go in throwing 8 or 9 pitches to every batter just to tally 10 strikeouts. I think the message that Rick Anderson and company are trying to send to Liriano is that you can throw a first pitch changeup, maybe get a guy to roll over, and all of a sudden you got a ground ball out and you've only thrown 1 pitch. Or maybe you set a guy up with a changeup, throw a fastball outside, then throw a fastball up and in, and maybe he pops it up, and boom, there's a 3-pitch at bat right there. So far early in spring, Liriano is really balancing lowering his pitch count while still maintaining that high strikeout total. And the other thing that Rick Anderson said today is they want Liriano to cut back on the sliders, and it wasn't for health reasons, it wasn't for elbow reasons, it was because sometimes Liriano gets too caught up throwing sliders and trying to get guys to chase and swing and miss, and it really decreases the value of his out pitch. So what they want him to do is they want him to work more off the fastball, more off the changeup, which the changeup sort of slows down his mechanics and keeps him in line, and then only use the slider for your out pitch. So don't throw 3 sliders in one at bat. Throw 1 slider, save that slider for later, and work off your changeup, work off your fastball. And one of the residual effects of that will be better health, obviously, because Liriano, only a handful of pitchers threw more sliders last year than Francisco Liriano did. So all the things we're seeing early in camp so far, with 2 weeks to go until the regular season, Liriano looks like the version of Liriano we saw in 2010. Winter ball has certainly helped the 30 innings he threw in the Caribbean Winter League. And it's all good signs so far for him. 1 bad inning, the 4 runs he's given up this spring so far, or the 4 runs he gave up in the 3rd inning to Toronto 5 days ago. And that was classic Liriano too. That's, retire the first 6 batters he faced, then load the bases with nobody out, strike out the next batter on 3 pitches to get the first out, then go 0-2 to Travis Snyder, and then hang a slider. It's things like that where he'll get ahead of a guy 0-2 and then he'll hang a slider belt high and boom, double off the wall. Those are still the things that are going to frustrate the Twins about Liriano, but 18 strikeouts, 2 walks, efficient pitch counts. You couldn't ask for anything more from Francisco early on in camp. Phil Mackey, 1500ESPN.com. We're here until the end of the month covering Twins spring training day by day. Keep checking out 1500ESPN.com for the latest updates.